Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I've got a very special one. I've got up super early, 6:30 in the morning. We're on the other side of Bangkok at Wat Market, a bustling, as you can see, morning market. Everyone's up double early getting their fresh seafood for the day, their fish. There's meat here, they've got untold vegetables, fruit, an unbelievable array of street food. This market has it all, but today I want to show you a little snack. I think I've only featured once on this channel. It's not super common in Bangkok, and I think a lot of you will never have had this dish before. So if you make your way through the market out to the canal, you're going to walk past this 100-year-old coffee shop called Surya Coffee, which I did in another video of this market. So I'll link that down below so you can see a little bit more of the market itself. Today I really want to focus on this snack. You're not going to want to miss this, guys. Absolutely incredible. But I'll show you this place quickly. Everything's just opening up now. As I said, it's about 6:30. I absolutely love this place. I come down here on the weekends, grab myself a little boran coffee or a Thai tea, sit out on the canal overlooking the big gold Buddha at Wat Phak Nam. Absolutely perfect. But you're going to come past there, guys. You're going to turn left. There's a little bridge. This is walking over to Wat Intharam. Sawasdee krab. Little sapan.
Wang.
ครับ
มาจากไหนเนี่ย
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีมาจากไหนอะ
มาจากไหนประเทศอังกฤษ
อ๋อ
ลอนดอนใช่ครับ ใช่ อยู่ที่กรุงเทพนะ
ประจำที่อยู่เนี่ยตอน
ครับบ๊ายบายครับ
ไทยโย
Everyone's very friendly here, as you might have seen on my last video. So the last video I did before I left for England was in this market, and I came to get this snack, but it was closed, so I ended up getting a load of other stuff, met a load of really nice people, including Uncle's unbelievable beef soup. Very good. Really good, like a sort of tom yum style, almost like a leng. Let's see, they've got the pounded chilies there, and they mix it up with a bit of lime juice, all the different types of beef. Another absolute classic. I'll link to this video. Sawasdee krab. I'll link to this video in the description. All right, guys, but this is what we've come down for. Khanom Pakkad Wat Intharam. The best. Smells incredible, guys. วันนี้ไม่หมดใช่ไหม ครับ So every time I come here, they've run out because I get here at like 9 o'clock. So I'll get it double early today, guys. So we've got 2 on the go.
ขายเกือบ100 ปีเลยตั้งแต่เปียเขาอะ
700นะ
100
ปี700โอ้โห
เปียเขาตั้งแต่เปียเขาตาย70 ป่าแล้วนี่มาลูกต่ออีกอะ
ครับ
นี่อะตั้งแต่เด็กอะอยู่กับเปียเขาอร่อยมาก
40 ปี 40 ปี
68
ไม่จริงเหรอ
โอ้ขอบคุณไม่ได้พูด
ครับ
41นะ
ยินดีที่ได้รู้จักนะครับ How old do you guys think she looks? I think she looks about 40. She said she's 65. It looks a little bit, when he's finished up there, it looks a little bit like pad thai because you've got your chives, you've got your bean sprouts. We're just seasoning with a little bit of fish sauce, but what this actually is, I'll show you. So she's going to start it off, Auntie starts it off. We have steamed radish cake. So I'll explain a little bit more about how this is made first. So she's going to start this off by frying this, the steamed radish cakes, in manmo carb. So we're going to get that lovely, crisp, rich, oily flavour on these. They turn out a little bit like a potato cake. I'll show you in a sec. We've got some fresh garlic, some gratiam, and that's going to be stir fried in, and then that's just going to be seasoned with a little bit of nampa, and then seared dam, seared dam. Okay, so we've got a little bit of dark soy sauce, a little bit of fish sauce. Yeah, we're on. She's going to stir fry that all up and then stick it in a little bowl. And then the other guy, boss man, uncle, he's going to stir fry it. Why not have a bit of sugar and MSG in it? So you'll see there's some sugar in this, but as I'll allude to when I eat it, it's not anywhere near as sweet as usual. Usually the other places I've had this are very, very sweet. A lot of dark soy sauce. This one's a little bit more fish sauce driven, which I personally love. But we'll talk about that later, guys. Are you in the Gibby Leona, Khad? Are you in the Gibby Leona? All right, so he throws on the first cooked cake in with some of the pork fat. He's going to bring some into the middle. That's a portion. That's a portion. A little bit of man war. Fried egg goes on there. A little bit of that fish sauce, a bit of pomchulodd. Garlic. Bean sprouts go on. Do you know what? It's so mesmerising watching him in action with his two little spatula things. Like I was getting a bit hypnotised. I think is the right word. This is my kind of place, guys. Very, very local. We've got a few tables set up so you can order from here. You can order from the beef noodle soup shop or beef soup shop. You can eat whatever you like. You can grab the Cantonese and bring it over here, but we're very enclosed. There's two people sitting next to me who I'm not sure actually want to be filmed, but everyone's really, really friendly, so I'm sure it's not going to be a problem. I'm so excited to show you this. Let's take a look. Right, so on the table we've got our usual suspects. We've got the pig bon, dried chili. We've got the pig nam som, the chili vinegar. You'll have to excuse me, guys. I haven't spoken Thai for 4 odd months. And I wasn't very good to start with. Sugar, which we won't be using, and a little bit more nampa if you want it saltier. Right, now this is what we came for, guys. Not the biggest plate in the world, but it's only 30, 35 or 40 baht, so you can pretty much order as many as you want, and cooked in that lard with the egg, it is a pretty filling dish. So, we've got the turnip cake. I'm going to try and find you a bit, show you that char. Got a nice little bit of caramelization on the outside. That's a mixture of the sugar in the soy sauce and that hot man more. We've got the egg, and I love it when an egg's like this, whether it's in this or in pad thai. Absolutely love it when you've got the white and the yolk. It's not all uniform, it's all just stir fried through. You've got those fresh crispy bean sprouts for a bit of texture and some Chinese chives. All right, guys, so I'll get a little bit of everything and try this before we add anything to it. Super rich, super savoury. As I alluded to in my video with Adam from OTR Food Travel History the other day. We went for some dim sum and we got the turnip cake, the radish cake, whatever you want to call it. And that just comes as like a normal cake with a dip, like this, but just fried without all the other bits. And I said in that video that if you didn't tell me that this was radish, you could have told me this was a fried potato cake. That's kind of what it tastes like. So this is the type of dish you could bring anyone down to eat. Aunties, uncles, grandma, your kids. I've just got a takeaway for Finley because he's gonna love this. It's just a rich, comforting, perfect breakfast dish. But as always, it's gonna need some work. It is good, but it is very rich from that pork and that egg, as I said. So I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna use a little bit of dried chili. And then we'll get some of the chili vinegar on. Who knew that I was gonna put chili vinegar and ground chili on this, eh? Right, we'll give that a mix up. Try that again. See, for me, it probably wasn't just salty enough. You had some saltiness from that soy sauce, the dark soy sauce, bit of sweetness, bit of savoury coming through. Obviously, he added the fish sauce, but after I've added my own fish sauce on top of that, because I like things salty, as you know, a little bit of sourness from the vinegar, and a nice bit of heat from the dried chilies, just to cut that richness of the pork fat. And now we've got sour, spicy, salty, rich, fatty, silky cakes. More richness coming from that just cooked fried egg. Nice bit of crunch from the bean sprouts. This is just a perfect breakfast dish. For me, if you could give me the choice between this and a 5-star buffet breakfast in a top hotel, I'm probably picking this, just because these guys have been here. She said 60 years, but I think she's talking about she's been here for 60 years. The other lady, who I thought was 40, who was 65, said they've been here for over 70 years. Someone else said 100. So let's just say minimum they've been here for 60 years, right? Only selling one dish, perfecting their craft. To see these two in action, I mean, she's great, but especially Uncle with his mad spatula skills, which, as I said, were just purely hypnotic. I think I fell asleep at one point while he was doing it. You're getting to see a snack that you're not going to see on every street corner in Thailand, done to perfection by an absolute expert. On top of that, you get to walk through this amazing market, full of life, hustle and bustle, something that is dying out in Bangkok. I mean, as you saw, we had fresh fish, fresh meat just hanging out. This stuff is dying out, and it's an experience that you just cannot put a price on. If you had to put a price on, it'd be 30, 35 or 40 bucks. So I've been guilty in the past, for sure, of taking stuff like this for granted. Because I live in Bangkok and I see, on this side, I see this sort of stuff all the time. It was only when I went back to the UK for 4 months that, you know what, I really realised how privileged I am to get to experience this on a daily basis. And I just want you guys to come out and see something different when you come to Bangkok than just going to shopping malls and bars and the glitz and glamour of the Sukhumvit Road. Now, I'm not saying you have to stay over this side of town, although there are so many options now for a comfortable stay. So much more stuff to do over this side of town. But just please, please tell me, promise me that next time you're in Bangkok, you are going to come over to this side of town and sample some of these delights, because the friendliest people, the best food, and it's just an atmosphere that you just cannot replicate. So I said earlier that you don't see this dish in many places. The only place you're really going to get this are pad thai stalls, sometimes sell it, but more often it's going to be a hoi hard shop. So hoi hard, oyster omelette, oyster pancake, mussel pancake. They also sell pad thai. So if I was going to eat a pad thai, getting off subject, I would only eat pad thai at a pad thai shop or at a hoi hod shop. Now, hoi hod shops also sell this dish, but if you get a place like this that just specialises in this one dish, it's going to be pretty good. The main reason not many people sell this dish is because it is a painstaking process. A lot of work goes in. You have to make the radish or turnip cake by grating the radish cooking the radish, then pressing it together with rice flour into cakes, steaming that cake, and then the rest of the process you've just seen, frying it off in lard with garlic and everything else. So it's a long process for someone to do to then go and sell it for 40 baht. All right, one more thing I want to say before I go, right? So I asked in my dim sum video why this is called Khanom Pakkad, where Pakkad is a cabbage and this is a daikon radish. So the name for daikon radish is Hua Chai Tao. So I couldn't work out why this is called Khanom Pakkad. But one of my subscribers has actually told us. So I'm going to read this out. All right. Ikku or Ikkyu. I-K-K-U-E. Sorry if I mispronounced your name, which I definitely have. It's called Khanom Pakkad because it was shortened from Khanom Pakkad Hua. Pakkad Hua is the alternate Thai name of Hua Chai Tao, which is radish, so a literal translation of the Southern Min, Hokkien and Teochew name for the dish, which is chhài-thâu-kóe. Anyway, so basically the Southern Min name of the dish contains the word chhài-thâu, which used to refer to radish in Thai today, but maybe they were being patriotic or something and didn't want to use the Chinese name for it, so they decided to translate it more into a Thai name instead, which is Pakkad Hua. And over time, it just got shortened to Pakkad. So thank you very much for the history lesson. I learned so much from you guys, especially my Thai viewers, well, all my viewers. So that is the story of Khanom Pakkad. All right, guys, so there you have it. Khanom Pakkad Wat Intharam. So we've got monks walking past doing their arms in the morning. Guys, it's easy to see why this place is so popular and why it's taken me 3 times now to get here without it being sold out. My advice to you would be come down, see these guys at 6 a.m, 6:30. I got here around 7 o'clock by the time I'd finished messing about. But last time, I think 8:30, 9 o'clock, completely out. So I'm glad I got to show you this, guys. Another absolute gem in Bangkok. You know you've got 20 other things to eat if you come down here to try this, because I put so many videos up of this area because I love this area. I want you to love this area too. Just not too many of you, because I don't like tourists. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll stick links, as always, in the description box below. That's it from me. I'll see you in the next one. Mwah.